What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Nazi. Another video on the channel. Welcome back to DMV Sports Zone. I'm here with the fellas, Evan, and Abdullah. Fortunately, we're here after a loss by the Washington Commanders, 20-17 against the Minnesota Vikings out there at FedEx Field at home on a unreasonably warm day in BC, or Landover, Maryland, I should say. There's a lot to unpack here with this game. A lot. We were up by 10 at one point. It was 17-7. And then everything else happened after that. We threw an interception with Taylor Heineke. Typical late game interception out of Taylor Heineke. Our defense, which was stout up until that point, gave up a touchdown to Dalvin Cook. Just wasn't as solid towards the end. But let's get into it. Abdullah, what are your thoughts on this game from today out there at Landover, Maryland?
So I'm not really angry. I'm just more disappointed. I really thought up 17-7, I think we can close it out. This defense been playing phenomenal. And again, it is encouraging because this performance, especially since we're going to get at Philly next week, Monday Night Football, the Vikings are one of the best teams in the NFC, 7-1. There's a reason why, and we just couldn't cloose it out. But that's what bad teams do. They find ways to lose games, and I don't think we're a bad team. I just think if we learn and the coaching can get better, clock management again, just coming back to bite us every single
quarterback could be better.
A quarterback will be better. But that's just what we get from Taylor Heineke. And again, with Taylor, I know fans. I can see the writing on the wall saying that they want Carson to start when he comes back. Does Carson Wentz really make a difference in this game? I don't think so. But those are my quick takes from it.
There's no bone to pick with Wentz when I'm on here because I've been one of the harshest Wentz critics in our community, I would say. Go ahead, Evan. What are your thoughts on this matchup from today?
First of all, that ain't Carson. Carson ain't the answer. He would have lost us this game too. I mean, I guess part of this thing is taken away with the Dan Snyder news that came out this week. That's the win. That's the whole reason I'm not absolutely livid right now. But it all comes down to coaching, man. Coaching cost, specifically offense on offense. Because Jack Del Rio did his job today.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Del Rio did his job. But with Minnesota, most of their offense was really either on a short field or just based off of miscues. We gave up. We let them go on an early drive to open the second half, and then after that, the defense was just nails. So, but the offense, there were just so many questionable play calls. Like the first third down attempt of the game was a 3rd and I believe it's 6, and then the underneath route to Curtis Samuel, what's happening there? And then the second one was, what was it, a screen on 3rd and 3, something like that?
Yeah, I was the fourth
and then the one that just befuddles me. It's 4th and maybe 6 inches, and you run a bootleg. Antonio Gibson standing right there. Antonio Gibson is standing right there. Or you have Brian Robinson on the sideline, and you choose to run a bootleg. Just I don't understand it. Look, Scott Turner made a lot of iffy calls. It was clear at points in the game that he didn't trust Taylor Heineke to throw downfield, and this is just what happens, man. I mean, this ain't the nail in the coffin of the season by any means, but that's just what happens.
A couple of things to say, Brandon. What in the world is this comment? Again, I had to fight off my fellow content creators that you're seeing on the screen right now about my Wentz anti-Wentz obsession. Okay, I did not like Wentz. We're not even talking about Wentz. We shouldn't be talking about Wentz. This game has nothing to do with Carson Wentz. This is the Taylor Heineke game. And a couple things throughout the chat that I saw while Evan was talking, bringing up some great points. Coaching, we'll get into that. We'll get into that some more. I will say, I'm sorry. Terry McLaurin is my favorite player on this team. Jonathan Allen's the best player on this team. He's the best player on this team. I don't know if you guys want to fight back on that, but he when it comes to how NFL circles view the two players, they obviously view Terry very highly. But Jonathan Allen's on another level. I'm sorry. He just, I get it. He doesn't play the sexy wide receiver position, doesn't play the sexy quarterback position, doesn't play whatever. He's an interior defensive lineman at the end of the day. But in terms of pure talent, consistency, and just putting out all out there on the field, Terry is definitely a great player. I love Terry. He's my favorite player. That's the only jersey I have. Jonathan Allen is forcing consistent pressures in this game. Kudos to the entire defensive line, especially Jonathan Allen, for doing some great things. The one player that we're not going to give kudos to is John freaking Ridgeway with that inexplicable penalty at the end of the game.
Number 91, wearing Ryan Kerrigan's number, by the way. But
I don't even have an explanation for that, man. I really don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. That was a terrible penalty.
If it wasn't for that penalty, you can't convince me Taylor doesn't lead a game-winning drive on the next drive, bro. You can't convince me Taylor doesn't lead a game-winning drive on the ensuing drive if not for that penalty.
Mm-hmm. I kind of want to go back to what Evan was talking about with Scott Turner. I mean, it's 4th and 1. You bootleg. It was a 3rd and 9, a quarterback draw. It's just some of the things this man does just doesn't make any sense. I remember there was this good play call, 3rd and 1, a jet sweep to Armani Rogers. Great, you didn't see it coming. But then the next play, trickery for no reason at all. It's just
bro, like you saw Ron smirk. You saw Ron smirk after that. You saw him like smirk, and they talked about it on the broadcast. Like that's the play that you don't use. That's the play that you just you see how it works, and then you don't use it again. That's that kind of play. And I agree with you, Abdullah. I really don't understand that play call right there. I mean, Scott Turner, he'll have some good moments, and then right after that, he'll have some terrible moments. He's Mr. Inconsistent, Chief Mr. Inconsistent on this team. And
the screen lover.
The screen lover. I mean, I don't know how you follow up that great play call with Armani Rogers, and then
it was beautiful.
Yeah. A couple of things though, I will say, because I know most of the fan base, I believe you guys as well, believe the opposite of what I'm about to say about these couple of plays, okay, or a couple of incidents in this game. So first and foremost, the end of the game, a lot of the fans were like, "Oh, we should have let them score." The Vikings were not trying to score. They were not trying. Kirk Cousins was holding the ball, waiting to get tackled. They were not trying to score. We can stop with that narrative. I'm sorry. Like that us not allowing them to score did not cost us the game because they wouldn't score. They didn't want to score because they were smart too. This is the NFL. Everybody's smart. Yeah. Another thing. I think we actually will agree on this. I think Ron Rivera, that challenge call was terrible.
Oh,
it was terrible. This man always challenges the wrong calls, and it costs us timeouts. It happened in the Tennessee game. It happened in this game. Like the timeouts. I said it too. Once we were down to only one timeout, I was like, that's gonna come down and hurt us very bad at the end of the game. That's gonna do some bad things. And look what happened. Jamin Davis, we talked about this on the stream, the Commanders Weekly live stream, the return of Commanders Weekly before the game this week. Give Jamin Davis his flowers. He is playing great, both in coverage, guarding Hawkinson, who we'll talk about a little bit after this, right, in terms of how we just allow this man to get conversion after conversion. But at least Jamin Davis held his own on a couple of those plays. Cam Curl was mostly on Hawkinson today. And also, obviously, in the run-stopping aspect of things, Jamin Davis was spectacular as well. I think he's playing very good. He's worth the first-round pick right now. And he is definitely he's not nearly the problem right now with this team. Abdullah, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, Nadi, again, talking about Ron Rivera, it's not the fact that he did. It's just time in again and again and again. And it's not like he's a young coach like Brandon Staley in L.A., This guy's been in the league for so long, and you're consistently making the same mistake over and over again. You just need someone to tell him right in the ear that you're not doing this right, bro. Again, great leader of men, but it's just frustrating to see this when us fans can just tell on our screens looking at it. It's frustrating, man.
No, Evan.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, Ron's a great guy. You could imagine, like, you could see how people like would want to do their best for him, but there's a difference between being a motivator and being like a good X's and O's
X's
guy.
and O's.
And Ron, I'm giving him chance after chance after chance. And again, I don't believe this loss is going to be what knocks us out the playoffs, especially with how close we played them. But that doesn't change the fact this was a very winnable game, and it's really mainly coaching that caused us today.
Yeah. This game, a Tennessee game, man, that it's like two games that are just inexplicable losses. This game especially because we were up by 10, man. We were up by 10. We had the momentum. And let's talk about this guy, Taylor Heineke. We don't have a full if we want to actually win games. Let me throw that out there first. We do not have a starting quarterback on this team. We don't. I don't know if you guys want to push back on that, but we don't.
The only pushback I'll give is we won like the last 2 weeks. Everybody was praising Taylor Heineke, and then one loss is all it takes to just throw all that out.
I said he was playing well. He wasn't the answer, though.
That's the only thing I'll say about that, although I am still on the Sam Howell train.
I mean,
I am still on the Sam Howell train.
Yeah, but like with me, I just have that mentality of this is the low, and anything above it is good. And with Taylor,
that's the thing. The fan
I
base
know,
is
but that's what we're being
hyping up
man.
quarterbacks that don't.
We're gonna say every year we want a new QB. Well, I'm tired of saying that. Yeah, Taylor, what he did, obviously, he's not maybe not the future, the answer of the future. But again, it wasn't the reason why we lost this game. I don't know about what you guys think, but I really think that if I know that the interception, it was bound to happen. But I think if John Ridgway doesn't do that, he takes us down the field. And again, with the play calling, just holding him back. And I know it sucks because you're overthrowing a guy like Logan Thomas who's like 6'7". It's just the guys are confused, but he has that heart in him that I just haven't seen out of all the thousands of QBs we've had for the past few years.
I know, bro. I mean, I tweeted out right after the game, I think. Let me check my tweet. I did tweet out, if I'm not mistaken, love Heineke, the heart, the moxie, the clutchness, but we do not have a winning starting cornerback on our roster right now. And it's even more sad because this roster is solid. I'm with you on the heart. I'm with you on the moxie. I mean, that spin move was nasty. Was nasty. I said it I was watching the game by myself. I literally was like, oh, that's nasty. Like I made the stink face after that. But he'll give you some great moments. Great moments. But it's hard in the NFL. Not everybody's made out to be a starting quarterback, right? Like you're talking about the best of quarterbacks, like in the United States, the 32 best quarterbacks. Heineke can get you to some wins. He can get you to some wins. But then you see the deficiencies and you're like, he cannot carry you to a winning season over the course of the season. And I get it. You guys brought up, oh, if it wasn't for Ridgway, yada, yada, yada. But if it wasn't for Heineke, they wouldn't be in that situation to begin with, where they were down by 3 points, even before, the clock went down and stuff. So I don't know about that. I really don't know.
I mean, also the offensive line.
One day you will apologize to Sam Howell for what you said.
Yeah,
you will apologize to Sam Howell, and I will.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting to apologize. I want to apologize.
You will apologize to that man.
I want to.
Guys, I swear, every 3 passes, the ball was tipped. Is it just because Taylor's short, or is it just the offensive line just can't get their hands on the defensive lineman?
I think it's the short one.
Really?
Taylor about a little bit shorter than me. I'm 6'3". He's about 6 feet. So it's probably the first one, man. Yeah. Although the offensive line did not do too good at giving Taylor time to throw today. So that's why I keep saying, man. I don't know how you look at games like this and you're convinced that our first round pick shouldn't be offensive line. I just don't know how you come to that conclusion.
Yeah.
Remember what I said last week, guys.
How will it work the last 2 times that we tried that? If you really think about it, we're the team that made it cool to draft offensive linemen in the first round. We did that by drafting Trent Williams, and suddenly, people saw how that worked, and they're like, "Oh, okay, maybe we shouldn't wait till day 2, day 3 to get our guys on the O line. Maybe we can go get them on day 1." We're the ones that started that trend.
Okay. I want to get to a point with sorry. There's a point related to Evan's point and a point related to points that Abdullah has made in the past. But what did I say last week, guys? We might not give up a lot of sacks in terms of like, counting numbers wise. Like maybe today was like what, 2 or 3 max, maybe. But I said it last week, and I'll say it again. This offensive line gives up a lot of pressures. Heineke is just very elusive in the pocket, and he, unlike Carson Wentz, at least right now,
it was 3 sacks.
Exactly. But honestly, it should have been more. If it was Carson Wentz back there, it would have been way more. Probably 5 or 6. Yeah. This version of Carson Wentz, the unmobile, immobile. Yes. So I think we definitely, Evan brings up a great point about the offensive line and us having to address that in the draft. And I mean, also, it would have been huge if we didn't give up, I don't know, $28 million for a quarterback who I don't even know if is better than Heineke. Well, we could have used that money on a Brandon Sheriff. We let go in free agency this offseason. Yeah, it would have been nice. It would have been nice to keep a Brandon Sheriff. It would have been nice, but it is what it is.
The is we still don't have to pay Carson after this year, so at least that's a mistake we can come back from.
Definitely true. What was the point? The point that I wanted to talk about. Oh, yeah. See, I miss Trent. Abdullah, you should not be missing Kirk, bro. You should not be missing Kirk. Kirk Cousins, like he did some good things in this game, bro. Bro, like come on.
Points, and if it wasn't for Scott Turner, it would have been 10.
Bro.
But again, there's a reason why the Vikings are 7-1, man.
Oh my gosh. It is not because of Kirk.
That defense, bro. We are not hearing it from you.
Look. Where did I put that point? Where did I put that point?
Not beat us today. The D-line beat us today.
Where did I put that point? You see what this says? I don't know if you guys can read that.
No, it's kind of gray.
It says Kirk did not beat us today. It was the D-line.
Right here. Vikings defense. You see that, Evan? Sorry. Might be a little blurry. Vikings defense is swarming.
I wrote that right before the pick. That defense was amazing. That Vikings defense. Our defense is good too. But that Vikings defense, I mean, causing turnovers, like I think that defense is carrying them to wins. And also Dalvin Cook with a one-handed touchdown catch. I mean, Dalvin Cook is arguably the best running back in football right now. So you combine how could I forget Justin Jefferson? Oh my gosh, bro. This man is insane.
I want to say, Ben St. Juice, I am so confident about this man now. I know that I'd love a celebration, but this man, he was not scared to go up against one of the premier receivers in this league today. And that touchdown sucked and that long passing yard play sucked too. But I am so confident that he's going to be a cornerback.
And he would have had the game-saving breakup if it wasn't for 91, but...
Yep.
He almost picked that.
Oh, and the pick too at the end of the half with
that was holding. He held.
Also, guys, that pick six
that he got or the pick that got called back.
No, that pick six I thought was kind of questionable. I don't know.
No, I was talking about the pick six.
Oh, I'm talking about the interception at halftime with Jenny Johnson.
It's like,
yeah, you're right. That was good.
It's like I understand why that wouldn't be pass interference. I also understand why they called it. So
honestly,
it's kind of like a coin flip on that one.
Yeah. I mean, let the call stand. Like I don't know. Like
it was so good. Like and we were up by 10 before the pick six. They were saying, and wait till Chase Young comes back. And the pick six happens, and it's just like, it was like a roller coaster, just up there so high.
Yeah. Washington football. But the biggest win from this week definitely was the news about Dan Snyder and him looking to sell the team. Also, I don't know if you guys heard, I think it was right before the game, Jay Glazer reported that Snyder's looking to sell the team completely for $7 billion. So, and I think that's going to work. I think he's going to get that money. I really do. Just because the value of this franchise, the way, guys, and I said this on the live stream before the game, so strategic on Dan Snyder's part, trying to sell the team, trying to talk up selling the team once we're on a 3-game winning streak, once we actually get some winning mojo under us. And I mean, value of this team is very high. And you saw even the fans, like I know there There were definitely some Vikings fans in the stadium. Yeah,
that were chanting "sell the team," bro.
Yeah. And Skull. They were also chanting Skull too throughout the game. But I mean, you saw our fans there too, and I don't know.
But like, we actually had a strong fan presence today. You saw that, right? You heard that?
Yep.
We actually had
it needs to be stronger though, Evan. It needs to be stronger.
It
I think Snyder being out will help that.
And it will be once he's out. But now you kind of see like how strong this fan base is, man.
Yep.
Like how much we can show up when we have the proper motivation and how tough we are mentally. And bro, I got two predictions. For this Dan Snyder stuff. First of all, when on the day when Dan Snyder sells the team, which turns out is probably going to be pretty soon,
March, I think.
I guarantee you, bro. Ain't nobody gonna even remember that we had a game today. Ain't nobody gonna remember that we lost this game today, bro.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Nobody like if people remember this game today, all they gonna remember is how fans showed up like in numbers, the largest numbers of the season, just to chant "sell the team." Mm-hmm. And number two, I guarantee you on that same day, there's gonna be owners all across the league that are gonna come out publicly and say that they was the ones that were ready to vote out Dan Snyder. I guarantee you that they gonna do it.
Yep. Sold by January before March owners meeting. I didn't see the January. Maybe I missed that. I saw the March. Yeah, before the March owners.
Yeah, before the new league year.
Yep, saw this too. Bezos and Jay-Z. I just from the game today. I mean, I think our defense played very strong. Like I really do. Our defense played well enough to win. Our defense played well enough to win.
I keep saying it. And
Benjamin Suchis,
and I feel like the defense is going to continue their string of like good consecutive games next week in Philly. I know that's a tall task. I know that's a lot. I know that's asking a lot.
I'm sorry what Houston did though.
But the reason I say that though is because when you think about it, the last bad game this defense had, who was that against? Philly. Yeah. So they got.
Was it even that bad though?
I mean, you could.
24.
The point is, you could say it was bad just off the second quarter. The point is, it's the last game that maybe you could say was bad. So they got motivation. They are going to be mad. I mean, Chase Young is the cherry on top, but we're talking about a pissed off Jonathan Allen here. Just imagine that for a second, and then go to your church especially if you didn't go to church today, and thank the Lord that you don't have to go up against that on Monday.
And also Cole Holcomb, he didn't play. David Mayo was out, so we get those guys back.
I saw John Bostic. Too much John Bostic.
It's a John Bostic sighting, Naughty. Come on, man.
No, I saw too much John Bostic. John Bostic got lost on that what was it? It was the play where I think it was Hawkinson. Hawkinson was inexplicably wide open on that first down conversion. I think it was third down. And he went to the sidelines and got that first down. Yeah, that play, John Bostic was a huge reason why we gave up what we gave up. I am not a John Bostic fan. I feel the same way, but inverse. Same way I feel about Jonathan Allen. Like, flip that completely. That's how I feel about John Bostic.
Before the season is over, either John Bostic or David Mayo is going to get an interception, and it's going to be the funniest thing we have ever seen, bro.
We'll have not making an apology.
Didn't Mayo get an almost interception, right?
Yeah, last week.
Mayo almost got a pick last week.
Okay, I want to talk about some positives. Curtis Samuel, another positive for this week. Okay, guys, that touchdown, the luckiest touchdown in the history.
Luckiest touchdown in the history. Oh my God.
Taylor using his whole
luckiest touchdown.
Taylor using his whole body to throw the ball was hilarious. 3 defenders down there. That's a interception. The ref comes in the way. I just see Curtis he gathers in the end zone. I was going crazy.
The ref gave a nice block right there.
Let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you. This win for the Vikings almost shouldn't count. You know why? They gave up a touchdown to Dax Milne.
The
win almost.
I mean, the broadcast was talking about that route.
Future
broadcast was talking about that.
You gave up a touchdown to Dax Milne, my guy. like take the win off the board just off that.
It was so good,
man.
And it was a crossing route too, so my man had to catch the ball and then run. And you gave up a touchdown that way.
You gotta love it.
Man. Dax Milne looks so much like a frat boy, bro. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
I know. Oh my
It's
god.
I'm sorry. That's just unrelated. That was something I literally, when he took off his helmet, and was like ecstatic about the touchdown. That was one of the thoughts that came.
I like when
he looked like the frat leader too.
Does he though?
He looked like the leader of the frat.
He's got to give him a hat backwards.
He the one that graduated a couple years ago, and he came back to assist the new lines and whatnot.
Bro.
No, I do like how the sideline, when anyone makes a big play, they just gather around them. That was pretty nice to see.
But if we talking about other positives, I'm noticing something really good about Brian Robinson the last couple of weeks. You know what I'm noticing is that he's actually more patient when he runs now. I've seen at least 7-8 times today where he gets the ball, he waits for a lane to open up, and then he goes. Because you've seen the first 2 games, against the Titans, against Chicago, he just got the ball and ran straight into the line. Now he's like, wait, where's the hole? Where's the hole? There it is. Boom. So what would have been a gain of 1, maybe 2, the first couple games, he's turning those into 3-4 yard gains. And I love that he's doing that. I love the patience I'm seeing. The patience coupled with the physicality, that makes Brian Robinson a dangerous back.
And also, guys, Antonio Gibson is a kick returner. That was a great kick return. And then not too long ago, some fans wanted him cut, and some fans wanted him traded. Come on, man. This guy's
Antonio Gibson.
If we were bad,
Antonio Gibson is too versatile of a player to just let go like that, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Unless we're bad.
I'm glad we've expanded his role because he's too versatile of a player. And the thing is, we knew this. We knew this since he got drafted. His versatility.
Alvin Kamara type player. That was one of my first takes that I ever made on this channel. In that 2020 draft recap for this team. But shout out to Antonio Gibson. Even in the run game, he looked really spry. Looked like he was finding the right holes, cutting back when he needed to. Brian Robinson, he's getting there. There are definitely moments where he stopped at the line of scrimmage where he should bounce out more. He should do this, should do that. Hopefully he improves. This is only his 5th game in his NFL career. So we'll see if he gets better in that department. But
Deron Payne.
Yeah.
I don't know if we talked about him. That man has been ball. I mean, everyone defensively was eating today.
The defensive line is, bro.
They were Kirk was always
consistently
getting pressure. It was so nice to see, man.
Consistently, man. That's why we should have won this game, bro. We should have won this game. Yeah, I don't know, man. Jonathan Allen, bro. Especially Jonathan Allen, man. I'm sorry. He's the best player on this team. He's the best player on this team, bro. I mean, even Mark Schlereth was like, that's my favorite player. I know I shouldn't be saying that about a defensive lineman. That's my favorite player. That was literally the quote from the broadcast team today. But yeah, I mean, it sucks. We lost this one, 2017, but we got to move on. We got the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday night, so a little bit extra time. Although the Eagles are coming off a Thursday night game, so they're getting even more time than us. But we're gonna end this live stream by asking you guys about the upcoming matchup against the Eagles, who are 8-0 now. We are 4-5. 4-5. Abdullah, what are your thoughts going into that matchup?
We get the guys back: Cole, David, Chase, Jahan.
No, hopefully Chase.
Hopefully Chase.
Jahan. We don't know. We don't know for sure.
Yeah, we don't know, but it's this game is making me more. Even though it's a loss, it gives me more confidence coming into this game. The Eagles are bound to lose a game. And not too long ago, there was an undefeated team that everyone was talking about.
You took my point, man.
This team in Washington beat them. That was the Pittsburgh Steelers 2 years ago. So anything can happen.
And they looked beatable. Remember that?
And they looked
beatable before they ultimately went down.
Go ahead.
It's like the Eagles.
Let me just go ahead and say I'm not worried about the defense in this game. I'm not worried about the defense. I'm looking at you, Scott Turner. Today was bad, but you can come back from this. Show them on Monday night, bro. Do the one thing that Washington is known for not doing. Coming prepared for a Monday night game. I mean, you were able to do it last year. I saw you do it last year, Scott. I know you can do it. Let's put our heads together. Let's regroup, and let's go beat Philly.
I got a question. Can we get over 500 with Heineke? Can we it always feels like we're either at 500 or below, right? Last season, I think remember getting to
6-6.
I think it was 6-6. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember there was any point last season when we were above 500
No, there
with
wasn't.
Heineke.
Nope.
Giants, that was 2-2, right?
Yeah. Well, you talking about the Thursday game?
Yeah.
1-1.
Or 1-1. Yeah, you're right. That was week 2. Yep.
This one hurts, man.
So I know it does. It does.
Oh,
I
the
think
field
this
is
one hurts
mine.
too.
The field is mine was good. The
Don't
W with the Commanders, the black, I loved it.
It don't
fire.
even hurt me no more. Like we played really good against. I mean, played really tough against the one-loss team, and Dan Snyder about to sell the team. So it's almost like the good kind of outweighs the bad here. Crazy as it sounds.
Yeah. No, I mean the Eagles they're a great team. They deserve the praise they're getting. That's what I'm saying. Like we gotta stop. I get it. Like I had fun roasting the Phillies losing the World Series. I had fun doing that. I mean, I'm not a huge Phillies sports fan. I'm not.
That's what they get. That's
what
they get for comparing their team to the 2019 Nats. Ain't
I
nobody
know.
us.
I know.
I kept
I know.
trying to say they not
with
us,
you.
bro.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I'm with you. But no, I mean, I get it. Divisional back and forth. Yeah, let's go and fight those fans and all that. Yeah. The Eagles are a great team. They're 8-0. Jalen Hurts, I've been saying in the off season that he's an MVP candidate. And I'm not saying he's top of the line right now. Speaking of NFL, though, what is going on with all these matchups today? The Packers lost to the Lions 3-6.
Oh.
You got Lil Wayne saying we should have traded Aaron Rodgers before the season started on Twitter. Who else? The Bills lost to the Jets. Jets are 6-3.
The Raiders are 2-7. They have so much talent. It's crazy.
Yeah. Some wacky matchups. It would have been even more wacky if we ended up winning.
Is it too late, guys, to say the Rodgers-Brady era is officially coming to an end, or is coming to an end?
I want to see if the Packers can get him a receiver.
Too crazy of a statement.
I think it's done for Brady. I think in terms of this season, yes. But obviously, well, not obviously. I think Aaron Rodgers is playing past this season. I know there's a lot of talk about his retirement. This man's just signed a big extension last offseason, $50 million per year. Like, I want to see the Packers actually get this man, like, some receivers. You have Alan Lazard. This was mentioned by Washington Command Post on the Commanders Weekly live stream going into this matchup. You have Alan Lazard as your top receiver for the Packers. Alan Lazard would probably be 3rd or 4th on this depth chart right now, this receiving depth chart. You got Terry, Curtis, those two clearly ahead of Alan Lazard. And then I would even say, we were talking about this, even Jahan Dotson, a healthy Jahan Dotson would probably be ahead of Alan Lazard. He's the wide receiver 1. I get it, you can't pay everyone, but yeah, 3-6 for the Green Bay Packers. And they lost to the Lions. Like I know we lost the Lions, but their loss to the Lions is even worse because it's coming when the Lions are just not good right now at all. Like
that is true.
It's like the way the Lions have been playing has got me thinking. If you run that week 2 matchup back right now, no doubt in my mind we win that game by like 20.
Yeah, with the way our defense is playing now,
win that game like going away.
The way our defense is playing now, yep. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. We could always play that game. I'm tired of playing that game. We are 4-5. That's what our record is, and we got to move forward to the Philadelphia Eagles. And I mean, I think it's gonna be a tough matchup. It's gonna be Monday Night Football. Heineke, he might do some good things, but we need to see more consistency out of him, to say the least. I stand by my comment. We do not have a winning starting quarterback on this team. I hope to be proven wrong. And that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. We know the live stream went on a little bit later. That's my fault. But appreciate you guys as always. We love the comments. David DC, Awesomeness Sports, Stephen Doe, everybody. Eagles will be 1 and done. I said this to a friend. I think the Eagles will either be 1 and done or make it to the Super Bowl. No in between. And that's how I feel about the Eagles. But yeah, Brandon Williams, even with your crazy comment about, y'all loved wins over the offseason, I was far from one of those people. Pedro Smith, the devastating loss, loading Raza. I mean, I did put up the stream. I gave you advance notice that would be later. We came on actually earlier. It is what it is. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the DMVSportsZone channel. We like to post fire content like this as much as possible. Also, go follow our Instagram page, all lowercase DMVSportsZone, Twitter page at DMVSportsZone. Love to keep it lively over there. And our TikTok page at DMVSportsZone as well. And this is probably the most upbeat that I've been after a loss from us this season, which I think speaks to Evan's point about Snyder being on his way out. That's the ultimate W this week. And we'll see you guys on the next one with some more content. Dan.